Hello? How's that sound? Let's see. Maybe I should turn on the lights. What's up? What are we doing here, huh? What are we doing here? We can making it look cool or what? Let's see. Put this on. Let's see. We making it look cool in here or what? Can y'all hear me? Is everybody else on? Let's see. Let's see. We making it look cool in here or what? Yeah, it sounds good. Looks like I'm the only one in here right now. Let's go. Let's get this book club going. Hey, hey, hey. Let's get this book club going. Hey, hey, hey. Let's see. Oh. Let's get this book club going. Hey, hey, hey. Oh. All right. It's been a hectic day. It's been crazy. Let's see. What do we move this right here? Like that? Does that look good? Let's see. Who was the. Oh, Lynn's here. Was not present yesterday. Sorry, I had to call you out. I hide my mistakes by calling out other people's mistakes. That's what I do. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, right? It's crazy, but you know what? I think I blame my craziness to the fact that let's go this way again, maybe. That I moved and I'm really trying to get into a routine, and I haven't been able to. Let's see. See, we need to try to. I feel like I need to get a better shot. I feel like this shot's really close. I mean, really far. I don't know if I'm trying to set up this. Let's see. I wonder where Amina's at. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, so you didn't know? Oh, there's Amina. Okay. Lighting looks crazy. Yeah, yeah. The lighting's kind of. Oh, you're right. It looks like I'm like going Super Saiyan or something, right? Hey, I mean, so yeah, yeah. My new friend from New York. I was like, hey, I have this book club, and one of my friends on there says she's from Boogie. Would you say Boogie Down Bronx, or you know? He's like, oh, okay, stop talking to her immediately. I was like, oh wow. And I was like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Harlem, but he said it real New York style. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right? No, I'm not gonna do that. I usually turn on the side lights, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. And see, y'all see the cardboard right here that I put up? That's so that I could block out the light, so that when I record, I don't have to just record at night. But I'm trying to, I'm trying to see if I could zoom in. I could say the same thing, but I'm a lady. Yeah, yeah. I already know that he's a little crazy just by getting to know him. Let me see if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? Oh snap! I can zoom in. All right. How much do I want to zoom in? This much? Does that look good? Let's see. Let's see. See if that looks good. Maybe I'll like it. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. I'm a little delayed, so everything I see is a little bit off. That look good? That look good? Ooh, okay. Do I like that? Ooh, I like that. Okay. And then we're gonna go down a little bit. All right, guys. So this time, I'm never gonna be late or not read the book. All right. But this one threw me off because I got through the first two, three, no, through the first three chapters like fairly quick, and it was I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get there. Five. I was like, why do you only pick five? And then I got to chapter four, and it just kept going and going and going and going. So I'm not gonna have a lot of time on this book club, because I'm gonna try to, you know, help a little bit with the kids. Um, so let's get down to it. I want I want to know what your first thoughts are about the book. And while you guys type, I'll, we know the show here, right? I'll let you know what I think. And I'm going to be honest, this book has been a very hard read for me. I feel like I have to pay a little bit more attention to what I'm reading. Does that make sense? Like in the beginning, like I felt like I wasn't picking up what he was saying, like whenever he's talking about being on the plane and stuff like that. I felt like it was really hard for me to just picture it in my head. But then we started going. Then we started, I reread some things and we started picking up. It could have also been because I started reading this book at night. So let's see. Kind of slow pace, not much action. 100%. That's what I was thinking too. Very slow pace. Not in a, and I appreciate it. I like it. I like it. I say I like this because of the slow pace. I like the way it developed over the first third or so. It was a good stopping point. It was. It was because I really feel like we stopped at a point where the action is about to start. Good job. Whoever decided to stop after chapter 5, you get 2 points. I'm keeping score. Let's see. Who was it? Who's going to take credit for it? If you don't take credit for it, I will. But I'm writing here 2 points for you. Okay, Lynn, you got 2 points. All right. I'm going to keep score. I don't know why. I don't know what's going to happen, but we got 2 scores. Um, but great starting off point. Okay. So now the characters, right? What do you guys think about the characters? We have, and I'm gonna butcher the names, but we have Watanabe. Is that? Do you guys think Watanabe is or Watan? Yeah, I think Watanabe. Right. That's the main character. We have, uh, freak. I don't even have the book here. We have Key. No. You guys put the names in there for me, please. Um, Naoka, the female Naoka. We have God cat. Oh man, Toro is easier than Watanabe. You're right, Toro. So we'll call him Toro. Um, Toru. Yeah, easier to call him Toru. Yeah, okay. So we'll call him Toru. Um, let's put the names. Help your boy out. Come on, guys. I know you guys are having the time of your lives just watching me struggle with the names. But we got Ketsu. You see, because I never say them out loud. The whole time I'm reading them, they're just in my head. So sometimes, like once I picture the word to the character, like sometimes I don't even read it. Yeah, Nagasawa, the player, Midori, the oddball chick, um, no Noako, no Naoko, right? And then Stormtrooper. Kizuki. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so the story is, right, this trio that were friends, and then all of a sudden Kazuki, in his existence. One of my favorite actors is called Watanabe. Is he Japanese? Um, But okay, so we got the characters, right? And they're all characters. And you know what I've so okay, complete transparency. I got through the first two chapters so quick. I had started between this book and between Almond and this book. I kind of started because have these library books I got to return. So I was like, kind of started after the quake, and then I read real fast through these chapters. Like, dang, you know what? I can finish after the quake pretty quick, and then I'll get there. And I did finish, on Sunday, but Monday and Tuesday were so busy, and I misjudged getting past the last three chapters that I was done. But I liked it because it gave me some more context into um, Haruki. This trio, the three people, the three friends, I saw in some of his other literature. Let me read it what you guys said. Since they both left town to forget, do you think it would have been better if they never met up again? Uh I don't know. I don't know yet because where how much more would they have gotten out of control if they didn't have somebody who was kind of like who was kind of going through what they were going through? The only other person that could understand what they were going through was each other. So maybe not being together would allow them to get over it, or maybe being alone would have made them get worse. I think that's a thing to ponder. And then Lynn, you said I never figured out why Kazuki left at that point. What do you mean by that? I never figured out why Kazuki left at that point. Can you can you let me know? Can you let me know what you meant? Or I think let's see. You said considering that was their connection, it may have been better, or were they fated to be together? That's an iffy connection. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, why? Oh, you never figured out why he left. Yeah, why he did that. Like, yeah, that was weird too. Like, it never gave you. I mean, it did say didn't it say that he was like awkward, like kind of like a loner. Like, I think Toru said that he liked, and correct me, like he liked his outgoingness, but that he felt like he couldn't actually do that to other people, right? Wasn't that what he kind of said? Um, they were together, but they never spoke about the suicide, so it wasn't helpful. No, you're right, but sometimes though, just knowing that the other person went through the same thing, even though you don't talk about it, could help. And I'm not saying that that is. Obviously, we're just pondering. That's the beautiful part of the book club, right? But maybe. And then Lynn, you said it seemed like his life was on track. Kind of. Yeah, he definitely got worse after um Naoko. After Naoko, it's kind of like he was already just kind of holding on. But when you added heartbreak to the grief of losing his friend, it kind of did put him over the edge. But he also was like, I don't know if it's a Japanese thing or maybe just a Haruki thing. I don't know, because sometimes you're trying to learn a different culture and maybe it's also my bias of having a certain culture, like the way a culture is in my head, because I've never been to Japan and I really don't have a lot of Japanese friends. But like, they were, and also it was the times, right? Because I don't know, it sounds like this was kind of written in the 80s, or was it the 60s or 80s or something like that. But it seemed like our boy Toru was getting lucky left and right. Right? It just seems like everybody just wanted to be with him, which is crazy for him to be in such a like, and maybe it shows a little insight on what I think is good or whatever. But I mean, it obviously didn't make him happy to be with all these different people. But it's like he wasn't even trying, and it's like he was still attracting people to him. Maybe that mysterious thing was going for him. Lynn, you said it seemed she loved him, but they were never intimate. Maybe their age or culture or just a her thing. You're talking about. Hold on, let me see. It seemed it seemed she loved him, but they were never intimate. Are you talking Naoko? Because didn't they eventually, you know, do that stuff? But like, I think it was really hard to read her. Like, I'm really wondering how it's gonna tie in because when those stories started, it started with him being what, like 30 something, like in his mid to late 30s, just coming off a plane, thinking about her in some vague way. But then it gave the context as to him, like the trio, and then how they reconnected in college. And she seemed like, I don't know. I felt like when they were just walking, and he would just let her walk ahead and kind of just take the lead. Like again, I personally feel like they found comfort in each other's company that was fueled by their grief. Set in the 70s. Yeah, I feel like it was. Lynn, you said set in the 70s, double standard for men and women. Yeah, it definitely was a double standard. Naoki and Kazuki were never intimate. Oh, despite the long relationship, Toru was her first lover. Oh, I get it. Okay, okay. I thought you were talking about with Toru and Naoki. No, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, yeah. That was that was. I'm really, and I want to I really want to reread this book because I feel like I'm missing a lot, and I didn't do myself any justice by starting it and then finishing another book and doing it again. But the thing that sticks out to me a lot too is how Toru is very like just kind of goes with the flow, not very like frictional in the sense that like it's like he just goes with it. Like when he met those two girls at the train station and they're like, hey, you just want a drink? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then all of a sudden, like, again, that happens, you know? Like, he hooks up with the girl. It's like, it's just, I don't know. It's like, maybe this is Murakami style to just make everything so free like that. But I feel like a lot of the main characters that we've been reading, like with The Stranger, with Almond, with this book, they're very just like, okay, 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 okay. Doesn't it like he almost kind of reminds me a little bit of Marsal in The Outsider, where it's like his neighbor just wanted to be his friend. He's like, yeah, okay, cool, And it's like I feel like the same way with that. Um, and so, Amina, you said appreciate the differences between Naoko and Midori. Naoko very reserved, private, while Midori is very open, even talking about inappropriate things. Was about to say Camus' character was similar. Oh, Lynn, you said I was about to say Camus' character was similar. Yeah, yeah, that's Marsal and Toru are definitely very similar. And let's talk about the differences about Naoku and Midori because I haven't figured out um Midori yet. Yes, she's edgy and very out there, but I don't know. I kind of feel like it's a defense mechanism, especially because of how she was talking about her parents and all that stuff. I feel like maybe like her upbringing was a little tough, obviously because her family put her in like a rich school, and I've met people that have gone through that in real life, and I know it does something. And maybe the way that um well, I don't know, this is an assumption, I don't know, maybe this is a bad assumption, but I feel that sometimes girls socialize a little bit different, so I don't know how a money difference would affect, the different sexes. But I would assume that, like, because she even said it's like if I said I didn't have money, like it just was different. But it seemed like that was really hard on her. Like there was some resentment towards her parents because of that. And then all of a sudden, the thing that happened to her mom, and then the dad just left. So is she edgy as a defense mechanism, is what I'm saying. So let me see. You guys said, yeah, that's why I said RM likes books where main characters are separate from society, like outsiders. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely, RM definitely continues to have in his lyrics and everything just where I feel RM has lyrics as in like an outsider, somebody who's different, somebody who's maybe not understood or never fully understood, and maybe his fame makes it that way. Because after you're so famous, I mean, how can you have an intimate friend that doesn't see you as RM when you're RM and you're Namjoon, right? Like everybody will know you from that point. Versus Suga's lyrics are a little bit more like getting back at the haters. Let me see. Maybe because Midori is basically on her own, but so is Naoko. Midori has a much more confident facade. Yeah, because she has to rely a little bit more on herself. Yeah, well, if you think about it, yeah, because where Midori didn't choose to not be with her mother, because her mother just passed away, and uh, and her father just left. Naoko definitely seems like she could, if she wanted to, I mean, because she still has her parents, so she has the option to reconcile with them. Um, and then Amina, you said something up with Midori. Remember when he called bookstore, he was told she was in the hospital, and that hasn't been explained. Yeah, yeah, because whenever she acted like when she came back and was just like talking about the hospital, just like, oh, it was nothing. I thought maybe she works there, maybe she visits somebody there, but it just never was explained. And I don't know how to take her joke because obviously she turned it back around and says, oh, I really wasn't gonna die in this fire or allow myself to die in this fire. But it was a pretty crazy joke, right? Like to say, like, I don't know, like, I took it as like, wow, there's something wrong. Like, there's something wrong. She might need help. Like maybe Midori is gonna be Toru's possibility, like redemption in the sense of like where his one of his friends, took his own life. Maybe Midori's gonna be showing the same signs, and this is his chance to actually do something about it. Um, so Lynn, you said I think it was a hospital. I didn't get the impression she was a patient. I think it was at hospital. I didn't. Yeah, yeah. I definitely didn't get the impression she was a patient either. At first, I thought she like something happened to her. She got ran over or something. But then, yeah. And then Lynn is, but Naoko is so broken. I bet her parents don't get that. Again, cultural or the time it's set in. Yeah, yeah. And that's another thing too. Is like, nobody like grieves the same. Like there's no way. And it's like, how much did Kazuki like mean to her? Because you only get this like kind of third hand account, and even in Toru talking about their relationship, it's like obviously their only connection to each other was Kazuki, and Kazuki had such a strong connection with each one of them separately. So like I don't know, like it's got to be hard to lose somebody like that. So I wonder what that means. I have somebody close to me who lost a family member at a very young age, and like you can see when a death happens to somebody at a very early age, like their friends, the young people around them, I think are like, because you know, when you're a teenager, you feel invincible. I did. You know, when I was a teenager, I thought nothing was ever gonna happen, and then you're faced with death when you rarely think about it. I think like we're watching what happens to teenagers when something like that happens. But man, it's a really deep subject, and it's a really slow book. But I will say, when it comes to the author's um, ability to put these words together, even though it's a very slow book, I have enjoyed the way that he's painting the scenery and the way that he's using words, like just the authorship. Is that a word? Of his writing. I'm a really big fan, you know, of 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 Harakami's. You know what it reminds me of Anna Karenina, where that book was also very, man, it was very boring at times. But even though it was like he was just like he was spending like a whole page just describing the settings and what was going on and all these things, like you just continued reading because of the way he was saying things. Who is that, Tolstoy? So this has a very Tolstoy way of reading, I would say. um so Lynn, you said some people are born with that despair and just can't shake it. She seems comfortable in treatment. Murakami is very successful and awarded. Yeah. Yeah. He's a really good author for sure. I've enjoyed everything he's written. I just feel like I want to read more of his stuff. Um he's really good. The last author I had a really big fan thing over was Dan Brown, and that's because his books, like I love history. And even though that's definitely fiction, like the way that he adds history and things to these fictional stories, like, is what I really enjoy. And I am a real big fanatic of Dan Brown, even though I haven't read, like, I don't know if he's dropped anything. But Murakami, I feel like the same. I'm just like falling in love with the way he writes. Even when I read Strange Library and to this, it's just something about the way he talks about the characters and the settings, and I don't know, even sometimes the emotions. Like, I feel like these characters, I don't really fully understand them. And when you say the thing about the people having this, like, they have a certain set of despair, I see that because I was an emo kid in high school. um and like, I'm Hispanic, and there's definitely Hispanics that are emo kids, so I'm not saying it's like rare. But a lot of people, a lot of Hispanics my age were into more like rap music and like just festive, aggressive music. And I was just leaning more towards like that sad, emotional music. And I still do. Like, sometimes, like, I'll play guitar and I'll sing. And my wife, bless her heart, enjoys, I think she either enjoys my music and me singing, or she does a very good job of being supportive. But there are times when she's like, "Hey, chill out with all the sad music," which I get, because I like sad music. Um, but I think definitely when I was younger, when I was their age, like, I would encompass not just the sad music, but then I would like identify with that feeling. Um, let's see. Lynn, you said, God, I collect his stuff and haven't even read it all. Used to read Brown too. Yeah. Brown. I like Brown. and then he's like, because I like how fast paced his books are. Like, they're like, for the beginning to end, it's just like bow, 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 bow. It leads you to the next one. So I'm really a big fan of his. I can see you as emo. Hey, look, hold up, hold up. You think I'm playing around here? Look, hold up. Let me see. My wife hates when I do this, by the way. Look, hold up, hold up. Should I finish the? I'm gonna finish the video out like this. Hold up. I hate that the video is delayed because I don't know how emo I'm looking right now. Hold up. Papi rebounded to machismo. Yeah. Um, there you go. Is that emo enough? Is my hair messed up? A emo Papi, Papimo. Um, let me see. What are you guys saying? Uh, I've heard Scott talk about some obscure emo bands I love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We used to listen to all that. We used to listen to all that. We were in the scene. My jeans are still tight. um. Oh yeah, My Chemical Romance for sure. Let me see. We're gonna finish this video out emo. My wife's gonna watch this and be like, "Oh my god, I hate it." You need some eyeliner. I was never eyeliner emo. I did like for a week paint my fingernails black, but at the time I would bite my nails a lot, and I was like, "That's not gonna work." I only did it like a week. Um, but yeah, that was the most. That's when I reached that part like that close to emo, my fingernails being painted. I was like, time to take a step back. Maybe I'm not that emo. Um, but this is a very emo book, doesn't it feel like it? I feel like you could turn this book like if I was back in the day, I would probably name my band after this book. I'd call it like what would I call my band based on this book? I'd call it um Naoku's Letter. Or I make a song called Naoku's Letter. That'd be that'd be uh that'd be my emo song or my emo band name. Um yeah, this book gets really. Oh yeah, cuz Len, you've already read it, right? I forgot about that. I forgot you already read this book, so you already know what happened. So you're just like you're just cruising right now. You don't even have to read it. You already know it. Stormtrooper, 100%. What the hell happened to Stormtrooper? Where is he at? It's almost sad because you know that he was such a uh, organized, strict character that you kind of get scared that something happened to him. And you know, one thing that I noticed about because I was talking to somebody at work about this book, and so like the Japanese culture, right? One thing that I've always thought about it is like the samurai culture had a lot of like that ritual where they get the sword out and they like do that, and it was so like there would be some dishonor about something and be like, oh, I can't live like this, and they just take like it seems like part of their culture. So when I read Murakami's book, like they just it just kind of happens out of nowhere that these things happen. So it's like anytime like a character all of a sudden unexplainably like all of a sudden is missing unexplainably leaves, then you're just kind of like, did he or did she? Like you can't help but to wonder. At least that's how I feel. Um, RM does have a line in Butterfly referencing Murakami's Kafka in the Shore. Another book that I would like to read, Kafka in the Shore. I've heard a lot of people talk about Kafka on the Shore. Um, so that one's good. Yeah, I wondered about Stormtrooper. Yeah, yeah. I wonder if that's gonna come to to light what happened there. It's kind of weird too because it's like if he does just never bring him up, the fuck? That's something that you'd be like 5 years down the road. You'd be like, damn, Murakami was cool. And then you start thinking about it. And then all of a sudden you'd be like, wait, what the fuck happened to Stormtrooper? Like it just hits you 5 years later. Um, Toru surrounded by opposites Nagasawa and Stormtrooper, Naoko and Midori. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Hold up. Yeah, you're right. um, he is surrounded by opposites, yet he's very in the middle. That's funny that you just said that because now I'm thinking about like all the different how he's really been very centered in all of this. He's very much when he's around Naoku, he seems a little bit like Midori. When he's around Midori, he seems a little bit like Naoko. When he's around Stormtrooper, he seems a little bit more like what's his name? Naga. What's his name? You put it right there, Nagasawa. And then when he's around Nagasawa, he's a little bit more like Stormtrooper. You know, like it's like he's very centered. Magical modern day mythology, Kafka. Like you're saying, his writings, Kafka's writings. I've read a little bit of Kafka. He's very much like Murakami in some sense. In some of the stories that I've read, he's very much like that. Y'all should really read After the Quake because it's a mix of, it literally is a mix of Tolstoy and Kafka. It's mixed in there. Um, yeah. Good point, Amina. Referencing to that. Hola, ma. My mom's here. ¿Cómo estás? My mom's watching. Uh, Kafka on the Shore. I mean, oh, Kafka on the Shore is very magical modern day mythology. Yeah. We should add that in there somewhere. We should add that in there somewhere. Um, but yeah. Thank you for saying hi to my mom. But God, my hair looks horrible. I'm watching myself. That's crazy. Okay, so to sum everything up, Lynn, you can't participate. This is for just me and Amina. Sorry. You know what? I'm taking your 2 points away because you already read this book, and now we're all equal. All right, Amina, what do you think is gonna happen? It doesn't have to be like a long thing. Just you know, what do you think is gonna happen? Lynn's mad. You lost your points just like that, huh? I bet you were feeling real good about them. Oh, that was an evil laugh. I felt good. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna give people points. You know what? I'm gonna give me 2 points for giving you points and then taking your points. Look, y'all don't think I'm. Look, I'm writing it down. I hope I didn't have any. I write stuff from work there, so more beef. That's good. uh, I'm still laughing about that. Okay. Curious about Naoko's treatment. I am curious. I am curious about Naoko's treatment. I wonder because so obviously in the beginning of the book he still thinks of Naoku, so that kind of tends to insinuate that nothing happened with them being together. But I wonder what it is that makes them not work out. That's what I'm mostly interested in. Um, what if she doesn't want to leave? You're right, because she already said that. You know, it's like talking about how does she say it? People's imperfections or defects, or she used a certain word. I forgot what it was. And learning how to live with your defects and how she's nervous about being around normal people. But it's kind of contradicting. If we all have defects, right? What is a normal person? You know, is it just people that live with their defects better? You know, like I don't know. Would say thinks of her in that place, but Poppy Bang. Okay. What do you want to say, Lynn? What do you want to say? I'll let you say it. But it better not spoil. No spoilers. Would say thinks of her in that place. Would say think like he thinks of her in that place. I don't know what you mean by that. But I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm not gonna read anything else besides this. I'm gonna be so. Where are we going to? We got to five. Are we reading like the next third? I don't have the book with me, so I wouldn't be able to say. But are we reading the other third, or are we trying to finish this thing? What do you guys think? Will he try to get her out against her will? Ooh, that's a good question. Like he becomes obsessive, maybe? Like he gets toxic? at the beginning thinks of visiting her there, which he's about to do. Oh, so you're saying like in the beginning of the story, he is gonna go visit her there, so maybe she doesn't leave. Maybe. Okay. All right. All right. No spoilers. No spoilers. Who's gonna figure out what chapter we're gonna get to? We got to 5. Y'all want to get to 10, and then are we splitting this one in 3? We need a vote. We need a. We need a vote. We need to see what we gonna do. We need to see what's gonna happen. 2 more chapters is another 100 pages. Oh, about 1 more third of it. Okay. So 2 chapters. And then we'll say 2 chapters. Lynn has to decide. Oh, yeah, this is your book, Lynn. So it sounds like you're saying 2 more chapters. Yeah, these chapters are long. Like, I was like, after I read the 4th chapter, I was like, I'm not going to finish the 5th chapter. Like, I'd only have so much. And it was a really short chapter, so I was pretty excited about that. So we'll do 2 chapters because it seems like that's what you're saying would be the best course of action. So we'll do that. But we'll also talk. When I'm done with the 2 chapters, since I'm the slowest reader here, when I'm done with the 2 chapters, we'll see where you guys are at. And if we want to knock another one out, we'll knock it out. If not, we'll just stay 2 chapters. All right? Deal? Yays? Nays? Seems like the yays have it. Deal. So chapter 6 and 7. Sounds like a deal. All right? All right, guys. Well, appreciate y'all being here. This was fun. This is a crazy book. I'm excited to continue reading. I wonder what's going to happen. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Y'all be cool. Be safe. Have a good weekend. Do something fun so we can talk about it next time. All right? See y'all next Wednesday. Not Thursday. Wednesday. All right? All right, y'all. Peace. Oh, and I got to go all the way around. Next time. See ya. Where is it? Right here.